So, before this video begins, I do want to state that the title fight, I didn't show was against Zabit Magomed Sharipov at UFC 308. It was a decision victory, all 5 rounds, which was the first ever I ever had. So, you guys, yeah, I did show that fight, but here are some of the title fights I've had so far. Enjoy. Yeah. Hello guys, what is up? It is me, Rahul here, bringing you guys another episode of the UFC 4 Career Mode. Today, yeah, we're gonna be getting our title defenses against Renato, let's see, Renato Moicano, and for our first title defense here today. So if you guys do enjoy this episode, please be sure to drop a like, don't forget to subscribe, click on that notification bell so you don't miss a video, because these videos take excuse me, a lot to make. And as I said before the video started, the title fight that I had was the first ever decision that went all 5 rounds, which is like saying something a lot, because I never really had those kind of kind of things where I have that. And I've always been like a kickboxer, like a boxer guy. I want to go into the wrestling jiu-jitsu side. So this is why that you're seeing this right now, that yeah, we're actually doing like wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all those things. That kind of stuff. So all that kind of stuff. So as you see, I'm just doing like the kicks and stuff like that. And I know like it's pretty hard to understand like mixed martial arts, but like what you have to understand is that you like have to get like the knockout, a submission victory, or like a decision victory. Now, for a title fight, let's say if there's a draw, you still retain it, technically speaking. So yeah, and it's like very interesting now that you get to see this fight happen. So yeah, that's all I have to say, really, because you know what? It isn't that hard, it isn't that easy, but this fighter was like badly hurt. That was the thing. So yeah, I'm just doing everything I can. So now I have to do a second round fight, which let's be honest, I'm not really good at those, so it's not really healthy for me. And that's just basically how I'm gonna put it, so now it's like only a matter of time where what if, like, I get the knockdown and this person is like not letting me. And I'm trying like my very best. I got up due to my stamina, and I stunned the man. That was really critical, so and this is like, I knocked him down, got into my punches, and boom! My first title defense, and I did it with a knockout. I did it with the knockout, which, by the way, is something that I'm pleased to say. Now, my next fight, it's a fight against Brian Ortega. So yes, we are going up against him again. So Brian Ortega, the last time we fought him, we won via KO TKO in round 2. So, yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it, that, that's all I could say. It's very interesting. So, we're right here. Jaun is a arena, and he comes out with Superman punches. So, this fight right here, Alexander Volkanovski at this point, like, this was made, like, in 2019, 2020. Alexander Volkanovski wasn't even, like, the featherweight champion of the world. Like, the UFC featherweight champion. And, oh my god. The problem is with, like, the Brian Ortega stuff was, I had a lot of issues with, like, submissions and those things, because this guy was, like, a wrestler, jiu-jitsu guy, and he wouldn't let me, like, it was, like, terrifying. Like, he wouldn't let me do ground and pound. He wouldn't let me do this and that. This and that, and it's really bad. And so I had to get up in order to continue the fight, and I was doing, like, kicks and stuff like that because, and, like, uppercuts, because first off, he could at any moment do something. And 2, I wanted to keep my distance because I'm not very good at blocking. I usually do the attack and then the block later. And even if I do block, let's say, it wouldn't be good for me. So, like, I went to the ground and pound. Then I tried to get up. Even getting up wasn't even an option. So, yeah, and I find that really interesting. And the way he was holding me, like, that is very awkward. I don't understand why that happens because, happens, so, because, like, that's the best way I can put it, like, why? Like, why, come on, man. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. And basically, it's a waste of our time and your time. So, now we go into the second round. We do our glove touch, and he does another Superman punch. Which I am not surprised of at all, because Brian Ortega loves doing Superman punches, so yeah. And it doesn't usually make any sense to me at all now. Okay, hold on. Yeah, and he loves doing this. So yeah, as I was saying, where was I? Oh yeah, Brian Ortega. He is such an idiot. And I was trying to, he was like depleting my stamina so much that I had to build stamina in order to fight. That's what I was doing. And the way you do that is by hitting R, and you have to go left or right, and depending on the direction, that's what you can do. And I wanted to get up. I wanted to get up so bad. This is not how a fight should happen. Because I was badly, if you were looking at the fight, I was badly hurting Brian Ortega in this situation, but this doesn't make any sense. This honestly doesn't make any sense. And right here, he was trying to do a choke thing on me. And I was like, you know what? That's not, happening. It doesn't make any sense at all. Because I actually wanted to get up. Or I was trying to do the choke, whatever. And he did Superman punches. I was doing kicks and stuff like that. He did a front kick, which I was like, okay, it's now time for the third round, which is a first for me. And I wanted to come out doing my thing, and that's the problem. He if I were to go near the cage, or do something, even if I blocked, even if I did something, this is what happens. And I try to get up, he's depleting my stamina. And I actually managed to get up, but I didn't want that to happen. And he got me in an armbar position. which I didn't know how that was a possibility. And he was like literally trying to, prevent me from getting up. And we actually had to get up. And the referee, had to call it. So, at this point, this Brian Ortega fight is my second potential title defense. And in terms of like how I was doing, I wanted to make sure that I stunned this dude. And I did. But then he decided, you know what? Let's go back to like doing this kind of stuff. And he was keeping near like the like cage, which is not a good thing to do. And I wanted to get up. And I was badly bruised. Seriously, I was. And the issue is like this was like early on in my career. Like I said, I won the title fight against the Russian. I then did my first title defense. This is my second title defense. And what's crazy is that, yeah, the round ended. So you see, I stunned Ryan Ortega. I literally stunned him. And this is going into the 4th round. And he has depleted my energy, stamina, so much that I don't even know what to do. Like, he is not a boxer. That's the issue. He is not a boxer. And he's like doing Superman punches, these things. I don't really appreciate that. Because that is, not me at all. So, like, I've been trying to do, like, kicks. And I have to make sure my stamina is, like, up there. Because, if my stamina goes, like, really low. And also another thing, I didn't have many perks or anything. So it doesn't make any sense. And I haven't been damaged or anything badly. So... and it's really hard. It's really hard. Like, I can't do, like, takedowns and stuff like that. And I managed to do that. And, well, here we go again. The issue is like, as the stamina bar goes down, this stuff happens. And I, like, am, like, getting jujitsu and wrestling upgrades and everything. And during this position, like, when I'm on the ground, I actually, like, issues, like, with depleting stamina. And even if I try with that amount of stamina, Brian Ortega is not doing so well. Like, This isn't right. He's like so far based on ground and pound. He's winning. And this is not good for me. I'm like, you know, this is not the proper way to fight, and I only managed to get up like right there and came down to that. I stunned him. I stunned him. And that was a key and critical point right there. I stunned this dude. And the problem was, we're going into the 5th fight. Look how much stamina I have. It's like it's definitely not okay, and like I feel really terrible. Like this team, this like guy, I barely have any stamina, and that I could get knocked out any moment. But like, I barely have any stamina, and I'm like a warrior, as they call it, a gladiator. You know what I'm saying? And the issue is, I don't have any stamina. And yes, that I could take accountability for that, for not blocking, all those things. But like, his legs and his like head stuff are not there. And I went in and I wanted to like ground and pound, but I could only get like one punch in. I wanted to get up, but Brian Ortega was not allowing me. And I was like, I got one punch in. And he was like trying to get me in an armbar or something. Or like something along those lines. And I was like, I was in no mood of doing this. And he now was doing body shots. And he was trying to keep me to the ground, which at this point I was like, you know what? I didn't want to. I managed to actually get up, but this is not normal. I was tired. He was as well. I managed to get one stunning like thing. Managed to get one punch. That was it. And it actually came to decision between me and Brian Ortega. And guess who got it? Me! Yes! I did! And we are going up against, I have to, like, fact check and everything. We are going up against Mirsad Bektic. He, at this point, was a number 2 ranked dude. We're going up against him. He's 35 years old, 5'8", 145 pounds, with a reach of 70 So he is a very interesting fight right here. We did do a glove touch. This fight will be interesting because, I guess that's how you can, put it, because there's no, ideal world where we actually, and right off the bat, he's trying to take me down. I'm not gonna let that happen. I actually hit him, but it wasn't completely significant. And I got a leg contusion. I don't know why that happens. And this happens as well a lot. Even if I try to prevent it, and I did, eventually, which I will say for this fight that, this fight right here, I'm doing leg kicks. You're supposed to be well-rounded. That's the point of a fighter. Even if you're good at one thing, become a well-rounded fighter. That's what you're supposed to be doing. He tried to, I actually wanted to do some ground and pound, and he got off of me. So then I was like, you know what, let's submit the dude. I guess he already got an advantage-ish. And at this point, I could have got, I wasn't good at this because I eventually got up. I eventually got up, and doing this, excuse me, it is what it is. And we did great work on the stand-up game. I don't know how he has lost most stamina, because I stunned him so much. Or and he does this. I've had this happen to me, and now I'm not able to get it. This is the issue which I've had against wrestler type guys. And I'm keeping my composure. And I get up. I want to fight, My right leg is actually in a bad position. So, and he does that to me, which I actually find ridiculous, so. And then we get up, which, okay, sure. By the way, this is just the second round, and I get another contusion. Which, oh my god, I feel really pissed when I say that kind of stuff. And this happens again! Like, that doesn't make any sense. Now he's trying to ground and pound on me. What the hell? I want to submit you. Or I at least want to get up. And then he gets on top of me again. Then I managed to get an upgrade. I don't know how. My right leg is like pretty poor, so that was odd. Like, oh, you get me to the ground. That feels really ridiculous. And we go to the third round. So this is what's happening. I don't understand why. Why it is. Now I get a major meniscus tear, which that isn't good because it was on my right leg. Now this happens, like, it's like so unrealistic. It's just so, it just is so unrealistic. And sometimes I feel like we have to do like disqualifications and those things, so eventually, you know, we're gonna be doing those kind of videos, well, talking about certain videos. And I actually got knocked down due to my right leg. And he got injured. Guess what? He got injured for his left leg. Got injured for his left leg. And I have to do like a roundhouse kick or something. And it's like getting bloody right now. And I'm like getting into that boxing thing. And we get up. I stunned him. He fell down. And I get the what? KO TKO in the third round. Yes, I actually got it in the third round, which is pretty impressive. Now we get to Renato Moicano. Another fight. Very good fight. So after this fight, you know, like, there's certain GOAT records that you're supposed to have, and one of the main ones is that you're supposed to do a certain amount of title defenses. You're supposed to do a certain amount of bonuses, those things, right? That is the key and critical part of becoming one of the greatest of all time. Now, Conor McGregor did that, I'm pretty sure. Well, Conor McGregor did that with many of his fights, and I'm pretty sure it can work with, you know, any fight. And I wish, the UFC video games, if EA continues to make more of them. So as you see, it's ranked 2. I wish there was more of like a implementation of where weight cutting, if you miss weight, something happens. If your title opponent misses weight, that's something. And here we go. We knocked him down. I almost got it. But he's not letting me get up. And I got up like that. And this is what happens. The fighters don't do that. Fighters in the UFC don't do that, and it's like, really? Are you like kidding me? He's trying to do like a takedown, and I'm not gonna let that happen, cause that's not like my thing. So far, I've gone to like decisions. I've been like to knockouts and technical knockouts. He then tried to, like, I don't know what he's thinking. In my opinion, we're it's Scotiabank Arena, which feels like, pretty awesome, in my opinion. Like, come on now. And this is like a title fight, and we're doing really awesome right here. Like, I have to be patient. This dude is not letting me anything. This is the problem. Like, I eventually, didn't get up, but he put me in an armbar situation. And I don't know, like, this person, I have to get up. I actually have to get up. This is what makes the fights boring sometimes, unless you like get a submission attempt or like a KO and then you go in. That's what I don't like. And I can submit. I've done it in like training, like before fights. I can submit. It's just like how I do it. And see, look at this situation. If either of us fell, one of the fighters has to go in and like get that knockout or something. That's how I see it, But apparently that doesn't happen in this video game. So, and I got it. Got the uppercut, and he got knocked out in the second round, and I got something leveled up. Okay. And this is my, let's see, first, second, third, fourth title defense. 4 title defenses. Now, I'm going up against Conor McGregor in a lightweight bout for the UFC lightweight championship of the world. UFC lightweight championship. And to be quite honest. So, I faced not one, not two, not three, but 4 people at this moment. And 4 title defenses as a featherweight champion. That's insane to think about. And depending on my next UFC career, and by the way, I will continue NHL videos. Depending on my next UFC career, I'm going to make sure that, you know what, I do it correctly. So, here we are in, Conor McGregor, the lightweight champion of the world. This is the MGM Grand, so this is Las Vegas, and he has respect for me, but you know what? It is what it is. Doing leg kicks right now, and this is gonna be crazy to sound. Conor McGregor isn't a wrestler. He isn't a black jiu-jitsu artist. I did, many uppercuts on him. I had to, do something. I had to do something real, quick, real good, if you know what I mean. So, basically, I was doing these uppercuts, and I wanted to get the round done. I wanted to get it done, and quick. So basically, I was doing my kicks and everything. I was doing knees for some reason. He was blocking all these shots for some reason. He was acting awkward. And I managed to get into a submission attempt. And you know what this means? For the first time ever, I was getting scared at this point, but Rahul Shanmugam becomes the UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. Double champ. See you guys in the next one, and peace.